Tips for studying more effectively. Do you know that everything in life is a choice? It is your choice to study and use the opportunity that you have to study. To study is a conscious decision. You can decide if you want to do it good or if you want to be excellent in it. Don't worry, you'll have enough support from your family, your friends, and the place where you study from. To study is your journey. Nobody else can do it for you. The main purpose of studying is to make a better future for yourself. One day, you are going to be an adult, and then you have to provide for yourself and maybe for a family. Let's have a look at where you are with your study journey. Do you say straightforward, "I won't do it"? You are not even going to try to study. Have you decided, "I can't do it"? It is true that some of us struggle a bit more to study. Are you just going to give up? Is that you? I want to do it. In spite of the fact that you maybe don't have a very good support structure, or maybe you struggle a bit with your studying, you have made a conscious decision that you want to succeed. How do I do it? You are on the right track. Now you can use this tips for studying more effectively to your advantage. I'll try to do it. If you've reached this step and you say, "I'll try to do it," then you've made a conscious decision to use your support system and you're willing to learn new things about how to study. I'm proud of you. I can do it. Of course you can do it. If you've reached this step in your study journey, then there's no turning back. Now, you will only move forward towards a bright future. I will do it. If you make a conscious decision that you will finish this, then you will certainly make a success out of it. Yes, I did it! If you made a good choice, a conscious decision to study at your best and to use your support system on your journey to study, you will most certainly have a bright future. I promise you. I hope that I can motivate you to learn new things every day. Even if it's not schoolwork, to learn is to empower yourself. Let me share something with you, something that I've learned. You will see the background of this video is a piece of wood. But why? It is just something interesting. Recent studies have shown that if we connect with more natural objects, our brains are able to study more effectively. I know it's not always possible to sit on a chair made from wood or at a table made from wood, but your brain will benefit from that. Let's have a look at your brain in a very simple way. Your brain consists of a left side, your logical side, and a right side. The right side of your brain is your creative side. Think of fun and colorful. To study effectively, you need both sides of your brain. Your brain consists of a lot more sections. We're not going to have a look at all of them, just the basics. Your brain consists of a very small particle. It's called a neuron. There are thousands of neurons in your brain. If you learn any new information, these neurons connect with one another and the information is sent right throughout your whole brain. Facts about the brain. Your brain is changeable. You can exercise your brain by studying more effectively. Your brain is adaptable. You can learn any new information quite easily. New neural pathways form each day. New brain cells develop while you sleep. That's why it is very important for you to get a good night's rest. Follow the road of repetition. To repeat something can be very boring, but it's extremely important for your brain. I'm going to explain it to you in a very simple way. Listen carefully. You experience new things on a daily basis. If you look in the inside of any technological implement, you will find a small green plate. That is called a motherboard. Everything is put together very carefully. Our brains are a little bit like a motherboard, well put together. How does your brain remember all of this? What will happen if you walk the same dirt road every day for a couple of days? A footpath will start to form, and you will remember that path for always and always. It's the same with new work. If you repeat new work regularly, a path in your brain is formed for you to always remember. This is a very simple version of how your brain works. I hope this helps you a little bit with your study journey. What does your brain actually do? Your brain thinks. It's kind of logical, don't you think? Everything that you think about will have an influence on you as a person. Spiritually, physically, and emotionally. You have to try to disable all the negative thinking. Negative thinking secretes a substance into your brain that makes you stress. And by now, you know that stress is no good for you. Your brain has the ability to think. And because you can think, you are able to make choices. You are free to choose how you behave in each new situation. Choices concerning your work. You can choose to study or choose not to study. Fairly simple. Your choices will always have consequences. That's why it is very important to think carefully when making them. What will happen if you choose not to study? I know. It won't have any good consequences. It will have a negative effect on your relationships as well as on your own body. You do not have any control over your circumstances, but you have control over your actions in any given circumstance. Did you know that choices affect your relationships? Relationships with your educators. Not all of us has the same educators. It depends on the institution. Some of us study in a big school system, others study at home. Friends. You can choose your friends, but your actions will affect them. Family. Not all of us has the same family structure, but your choices will affect your family, as well as our fellow humans. Our fellow humans are the people that we get in contact with every day, even if we don't know them well. All the people that you can affect through your choices forms your support network while you are studying. Our brain helps us think, and to think helps you make choices. But to make good choices is a conscious decision. let's get practical. 5 ideas to help you during your study journey. Number 1. Collect all your study material. Obtain all your learning material according to your teacher's notes. Make sure you have all your stationery. Number 2. Be focused in your observation. Familiarize yourself with your study material. You've already gone through your work in the classroom when you listened very carefully to your teacher. Mark the important parts of your work with a pencil. Number 3. Write. Start making your summary. Decide on your study method and write down your study material in listed format. Repeat. I know this sounds a bit boring, but number 4 is the most important of all. Learn your work using your summary. Remember, if you've finished summarizing your work, it doesn't mean you're finished learning. The hard work starts now. Say the facts aloud so that you can hear it with your ears, while you are seeing it with your eyes, visually. Ask yourself questions. You can do this in different ways. You can complete question papers that you've downloaded from the internet or that you found in your workbook. Somebody else can ask you the questions, or you can ask yourself. Ask the question, hide the answers. Don't beep, that won't do you any good. Number 5. Active participation. Now you are ready for your test. You don't have to be afraid for anyone. Not your teacher, not your educator, because you know your work. Don't you? We all learn in different ways. Let's find out how you prefer to learn. Quickly go and grab a piece of paper. Divide the paper into 3 parts. Quickly draw the following in the 3 blocks. You are the only one that is going to look at it, so don't worry too much. A stick figure that walks. Ears that listen. Rabbit ears are good enough. Eyes that watch. What about cartoon eyes? I'll explain the reason why you have to do all of this. There are 3 different ways to learn. Through movement, kinesthetic. Through listening, orally. and through watching visually. Let's start. Make a mark in the block that suits you. You have to be very honest with yourself. It's not a test, it is just to help you. I like to move. I struggle to sit still. I love to participate in sport. I would rather play outside than inside. I love music. I remember facts that my teacher tells me. I'm very fond of rhymes. I speak less and listen more. I enjoy to draw. I like coloring. I remember things that I see. I prefer watching television above listening to a story. Count your marks in each block. There, where you have the most marks, would be your preferred way to learn. It could be that some of you have the same marks in more than one block. It doesn't matter. It is you. You are unique. Now that you know the best way that you learn, let's go and have a look at some ideas to help you in your study journey. Kinesthetic, you love to move. Walk and learn. Take your summary. Walk around the house. Repeat it over and over. Writing your work on big pieces of paper and explaining it to yourself. A good idea is to write your summary on a mirror. You can also explain it to your soft toys or even to your dog. Link a move to a fact. Maybe you have to study the 4 ventricles of your heart. Draw a big oval on a paper. Move with your body to each quarter as you go along, learning some facts about each ventricle. Learn with active rhymes. Do you remember your toddler rhyme? This little piggy went to market. You can make up your own active rhymes. Try it, it's fun. Orally, you learn through listening. Learn with Baroque music. Record information and play back. Read or say your facts aloud. Play school. Read your facts for a pretend classroom. Study with rhymes. Write the rhyme, say it aloud, and listen carefully. Visually, you like to look at the facts. Draw pictures with facts. Work in color. Mind maps work well. Can do your summaries on a computer and combine it with color as well as images. This is only a couple of ideas. You will discover loads more ideas on your study journey. You can share it with us. To summarize, remember I've told you that you are going to repeat your work. That is the reason that I am repeating a lot of things, so that you can remember them for always and always. I have to understand my work first. You can't start with any study method if you don't understand your work. Ask if you are unsure. It can be a daunting task to go and ask someone, but you will definitely benefit from that. It is definitely worth your while, because then you will know what to learn, how to learn that, and you will have great results in your next test. Summarize your work. I know you don't always feel like writing, but if you summarize your work in a good way, it is the first time that you repeat your work. A good start. Do your homework. I promise you, homework is no punishment. Actually, it is only a repetition of the work that you've done already in school. I know it can be a lot easier to grab a friend's book and write your homework down, because there wasn't any time for you, or you didn't feel like it. I know. I was there as well. You won't benefit from that at all. To do your homework is another good way to repeat your work. Then you don't have that much to do when it's time to study. Concentrate in the classroom. I want to tell you a little secret. I loved it to write notes in class and pass it on to my friends. Then I didn't had any time to concentrate actually. Now I regret it, because I know if I concentrated better in class, I would have done a little bit better in my schoolwork, and I would have had loads more time to play. Memorize. Remember your way. Remember, you are unique and very special. Don't try to to do someone else's work? Repeat, repeat, repeat. Study in your own unique way. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You will hear this again. The more you repeat your work, the more you will remember, and then you won't stress for any test. Now you are ready to do your work or write your test. Let someone ask you. Do a question paper. Or you could ask yourself. Don't peep at the answers. Study tips. Drink loads of water. Did you know that water is actually brain juice? Your brain needs water to function better. Listen in the classroom. Ask if you are unsure. Start in time. Try to avoid any sugar products. Sugar is really bad for your brain. Try to stay away from it. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Learn in a way that suits you. Do not be discouraged. Try again. Learn to keep calm. Take a deep breath. Repeat your work as many times as you can. Be positive about your work. You will have to learn it for a very long time. Focus when you learn. You want to learn quickly, but remember everything. Do not compare yourself with your friends. You are special, just the way you are. Take enough breaks. Every 15 minutes. Do something physical. It pumps oxygen to the brain. The most important study tip of all. Do you know your A? B? C? Apply bottom to chair. You didn't think about that, did you? What it actually means is, you have to sit down and study. Unfortunately, there's no easy solution. Important words while studying. If you know these words, you will know what I'm talking about when we start with the study methods. Why do I have to learn about study methods? To remember your work for a longer period of time. Summarize. Reduce or simplify your work to remember it better. Associations. Pictures or words that remind you of a fact. Keywords. The most important word in a sentence. It is time to look at a couple of study methods. The mind map. Write your main topic in the middle of your mind map. You can use stripes or arrows to guide you to your next circles of importance. Each circle represents a section of your subject that you are learning about. You don't have to put it in a circle. You can write it with a different color. When you create a mind map, the easiest way to do it is to start at the right-hand corner, clockwise. Write your smaller facts underneath the subject. You can also write it in different colors, but remember to keep an eye on your time. You don't have to use a straight line. Why not use stairs? And then you can write facts on the stairs. Make it interesting for yourself. Why not use different shapes to write down your subjects? Write down your second subject. You can write it in a different color. It is a good idea to use different markings for your facts. Here I've used dots, but you can also use stars. Use keywords. Can you remember what are keywords? It's the main part of a sentence. Some of us prefer to number the facts, and that is the way that your brain will remember it. Some facts are divided into smaller sections. You can write it down. Remember, only keywords. Time. Summarize. Keywords. You can even write your subject in a picture. That will make it interesting. If you are a visual learner, it can help to draw pictures. That will help you with your associations. Leaf, oxygen. Now that you've created your mind map, you can study your work, repeat, and then you are ready for your next test. Fold and ask method. Fold your paper in the middle. This method works excellent if you want to ask yourself. You can learn your definitions. Write the word on the one side. Write down the explanation or the definition on the other side. Example, heart. Organ in your body which pumps blood to the rest of your body. Turn the page and look at your explanation or your definition. Read it aloud and then you say the word. Organ in your body which pumps blood to the rest of your body. It must be a heart. Or you can write down questions. On the other side of the fold, you will write the answer. Example, what is the function of the heart? Organ in your body which pumps blood to the rest of your body. Or you can write down a subject. On the other side, you will write down the sections or the facts of the subject. For example, ventricles. Left ventricular, right ventricular, left front ventricle, right front ventricle. The fold and ask method is an excellent way to ask yourself, or maybe you don't have anybody to help you. It can also help you to become more independent. Copy and learn method. I call it the lazy method. You copy your work on the one side of your paper, but you leave a space where you can make your summary. What you need: your work, a paper, highlighters to highlight your keywords, and colored pens. By now, you must know what a keyword is. You are wondering, but how on earth do I get my keywords in such a paragraph? Let me help you by asking questions. Who, how, what, when, where? The answers to these questions are usually your keywords. This is your work that you have to learn. You can read it through, but you've heard it before in the class, I hope. You can get acquainted with your work. There are two main paragraphs. Your main topic is all kinds of houses. Read the first paragraph and underline or highlight your keywords. What is the paragraph all about? Types of houses. Which types of houses do we get? Second paragraph. What is this paragraph all about? And that would be your paragraph subject. History of houses. With what did people build their houses? Mud, because it was safer. Where? In Egypt. And now you can name a couple of facts about Egypt. I'm not going to go through all the detail in selecting the keywords. I'll do that at a later stage, but you have a good idea. I hope that this copy and learn method will save you a lot of time so that you can have more time to play. The next method is going to confuse you a little bit at first. But if you understand it, you will never ever forget your work. This method will work efficiently if you want to remember a couple of facts. The quick, effective repeat method. What you will need: paper, pen, your voice, you are going to say it aloud, and the content of the work. The method. It is important to write down the keywords in your own handwriting. Then you will learn it for the first time. It works like this. You say fact number 1, then you add fact number 2. Then you say fact number 1 and 2, and you add number 3. And add new facts until you've studied everything. I'm going to explain it to you in detail. Content of the work. The first main heading. Past tense. Yesterday. Yesterday. First person. I was. Yesterday. First person. I was. First person, he, she or it was. Yesterday. First person, I was. First person, he, she or it was. More than one person, they or we were. Second main heading. Present tense. Today. Today, first person, I am. Today, first person, I am. First person, he, she or it, is. Today, first person, I am. First person, he, she or it, is. More than one person, then we are. Third main heading, future tense. Tomorrow, tomorrow. First person, I will. Tomorrow, first person, I will. First person, he, she or it, will. Tomorrow, first person, I will. First person, he, she or it, will. More than one person, then we shall. The quick, effective repeat method will help you a lot. It sounds like a lot of work, but actually you will never ever forget what you have learned. Try it, you'll see. The hide and say method. It is usually used for spelling and shorter facts. Let's quickly look at a word. Freeze. Write the word or the fact on a word card. Approximately 3 centimeters by 10 centimeters. You can also write your words underneath each other in your workbook. That is, if you have a lot of words to learn. Read and sound the word phonetically. F, R, E, Z, E. Freeze. Decorate the word or underline with colors to remember it. It's not syllables, it's only for you to remember it effectively. F, E, Z. Use a card and hide the last part of the word. Sound it and say it aloud. Let me show you step by step. F, R, E, Z, E. Freeze. 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 Now you can write down the word on your own. Sound it and write it. Freeze. Freeze. If you want to remember longer facts, hide it piece by piece until you've mastered the whole fact. Long and difficult words will easily be memorized by the hide and say method. Do you think you'll get it right? I think so. you know about effective learning. What does it mean? The purpose of effective learning is you want to learn quickly so that you have more time to relax, but you also want to remember your work so that you can perform well in your test. So, effective learning means good results. Let's have a look at a couple of last-minute tips. Make sure you choose the right study method for the correct subject. Keep to your study routine. Keep track of your timetable. Study where it is quiet. When you study, do your best and take regular breaks. Make sure you have written down your teacher's notes carefully before you begin. Do you remember the A, B, C? The golden rule? Sit down and learn. I hope this will help you a lot in your study journey. Good luck with your next test. Let me know.